crime, all these things take up first precedence before science. It will take time for science to get its limelight, but if we have enough passionate reporters, I'm sure science will get its due. Then we have a problem with lack of knowledge or effort on the story. Now, how much ever you may be a science student or you may have checked with the scientist, when you are writing, you will definitely need to Google out some terms. You will have to read a lot of background information before you report something. Because it is impossible for one person to know all the different areas of science. But you may be required to report on all the different areas of science. So you will have to do a lot of background reading before you actually report something or before you have a discussion with the scientist. Because you should know what questions you need to ask them. So if you don't have any idea in the beginning itself and you just go to them and like a blank page, then that is also a problem. They will expect you to know some basic things, and if you do not know that, then it's a losing situation for both of you. Okay? Then there are issues with vested interests when it comes to reporting. Suppose you come out with a very beautiful story on the ill effects of mining in a particular piece of land, and your publication does not carry it because the company which is carrying out the mining has huge stakes there. They already have a lot of advertising being done through your newspaper. So maybe your editor may not decide to carry it. These things happen. So there are multiple ways in which these things work. There are lobbies, huge drug lobbies, cancer drug lobbies, which don't allow research about easy cures for cancer to come out. They don't allow such news to be reported in the media because they want the people to keep buying those expensive drugs. So these things do happen. Then you have a huge problem with fighting fake news and myths. From time to time, you will have responsible public figures making very irresponsible statements which are scientifically inaccurate. There was one judge. So in such times,
the story goes like this.
That is a story, and he made that myth into a fact. So you always have this job as a science journalist to fight against, through your writing, through your journalism, to fight against such fake news sources. Then you have, of course, there will be problems with lack of support and funding for science reporting, science communication. Then, like I said, misinterpreted reporting. Sometimes people do report things wrong. And then there is sensationalism and cherry picking. Like out of this whole research which happens, you might pick up something which you think will make people listen to you. There was this recent incident in a Telugu news channel. They said the sun is going to die in how many years? In a few 100 billion years. But they made it a breaking news. For what reason, I don't. This is the common knowledge that the sun is a star and at some point it will die. We are not in immediate danger of the sun dying and all of us dying. But they made it a breaking news. And people who are very simple-minded, who don't understand what it is all about, those who watch these regional media channels, they will think that yes, we are in danger. They have made it a breaking news, so definitely something must be there in it. No, you have to ensure that you do not pick up all these try to make things sensational. Make it accurate. If it were on sensationalism, that is a different thing, but if it does not, make it very sense. First thing is you also have a responsibility as a science reporter not to create panic among people. You shouldn't be creating panic. Even if you're reporting about COVID killing a lot of people, you should be able to do it in a way that it doesn't create panic, but rather makes people have a sense of responsibility towards protecting themselves and others. That is the kind of reporting you should try to go for. Okay? So with this, I end my presentation.